Woo, 6K. That's 1,000 more than 5,000. That said, it's time for another weird compilation of your ideas in one video. When it comes to vegetables, most are just unremarkable. However, I can do some of the more interesting vegetables. I don't get why people like potatoes. They're honestly pretty mid and only good when fried. Tomatoes are literally the spawn of Satan. I'm fine with ketchup and I'm fine with tomato sauce, but having real tomatoes live in the flesh next to me sets off my gag reflex. Onions are weird because I really like the smell of them when they're cooking and really hate the taste. However, their existence alone is not offensive to me, so they go above tomatoes at the very least. Carrots. They have a nice crunch and are a cool color. What's not to like? Lettuce confuses me. It's just like crunchy water. I can't even call this a vegetable, so I'll put it in its own tier. Corn is kinda shit, but if we're talking popcorn, then it balances out at like B tier. I don't actually know the difference between lettuce and cabbage, so I'll put them in the same tier. Cucumber is like carrots without the flavor, and being the wrong color. So basically it's just crunchy water again. I've never had eggplant, so I know nothing about the taste, but I do know that it goes into S tier. S for sex. I made a post recently regarding me moving skins from my main account. I collect Top Miami Amcar skins, and the collection became large enough that it lagged both my Steam client and my game. There is a mod to load inventory once, which did help at one point, but then my collection got to a point that even this mod couldn't keep up. I did save a recording of my final moments before I sent the Amcars, so at least that's something.
At some point in 1986, a German programmer and computer musician named Carsten Barsky bought himself a new Amiga 1000. A friend of his was working on a game, and he asked Carsten if he could help with the soundtrack. Having dabbled a little with the Amiga's sound hardware, he obliged, and by mid-1987, he had finished the first version of his music software. It was called the Ultimate Soundtracker, although really it was the first of its type. The very first tracker. Barsky took much inspiration from the Commodore 64's Soundbite. It retained the bare-bones, spreadsheet-like editor, only instead of the tail to the C.
Well, my friend, let me teach you a thing or two about American history. When the Pilgrims came over to discover the New World, everything kinda sucked, and surviving was like playing a game on expert mode, which was not very fun for them. However, there were Native Americans. These Native Americans, out of the kindness of their hearts, helped the Pilgrims survive by showing them how to farm the weird foods that existed on the continent. And then we all sat around a table and ate turkey with corn, and it was great and happy, and we did not kill all of the natives for no reason whatsoever. I want to focus on the first section of this comment. I'm actually working on a video with the best and worst weapons in the game, and it will probably be out next week. You can take your guesses as to what weapons will be there. The weapons will mostly be placed based on stats, but I will be considering some other factors too. You'd be surprised, but flamethrowers aren't even that bad. When it comes to unique weapons, builds, tactics, and stuff like that, I try to go over those in my build videos. There's a whole lot you can do in this game and a lot of synergies, but I hope to cover as many as I can with my builds. I have builds coming, they just take a while, plus I don't want to just upload builds. One thing I have considered is maybe a weekly build type thing, but I don't know what kind of format I want to go for if I ever do that. If anyone has ideas on how I can implement that, let me know. I've uploaded quite a lot of videos over time, so let's go over the interesting ones. The Mall Crasher tutorial. The first video I ever edited without using iMovie for a school project. This video is a classic. A guide for a map that people don't really need a guide for, fucked audio, and I could not figure out how to speed up a clip at the time. I want to talk not specifically about any video here, but my early solos in general. Look at the old thumbnails. They're so fucking bad. In my mind, these somehow passed quality control. If anyone can distinguish the differences between these, please tell me how, because they all look the exact same, which is the opposite of how you want thumbnails to look. There's nothing remarkable about this Holdout video. It's a failed run, and Holdout is really boring anyway. It's my least viewed video to date, which I guess makes it somewhat remarkable. Crime Spree Breaking Ballot. Again, not something about the video itself, but the thumbnail. Look at this. It's so bad. If you want to start making YouTube videos on Payday, please don't do what I did and type Payday 2 font into Google and download the first one. It's so bad. Also, notice my color choice for the text. Not only is it a horrid piss yellow, you can't even fucking see the number. The 5th installment of the Fixing Beecroft builds. The reason I picked this over any of the others is because the audio peaks in this one, and I just let it pass my quality control. It's so bad and I love it. My Kingpin guide is what I would say was my first truly good video. I still love the cheesy montage at the start. Around this time I also started to learn how to not be terrible at making thumbnails, so you can see the improvement. This Crackdown video is a very different type of video to anything else I've made, and I think it's pretty interesting. I want to make more reviews of this kind, but I ran into a small problem. Most mods are not big enough to make a full review on. Well, either that or they're boring. I was considering doing hyper heisting, but it was so painfully uninteresting that I scrapped that idea after one game. I played a botless duo with Creepy on Heat Street, in which it was my first attempt with the mod, so I didn't even know what it really changed. We beat it first try and downless. There's literally no difficulty to this mod. It would be the same as doing a review of the very hard difficulty. The enemies shot a lot of bullets, but had like 2% accuracy, and when they did hit you, it was barely any damage. Add to that, the slide mechanic was infuriatingly annoying. Here's a 2-minute video in which I made fun of the templates in the Payday the Heist subreddit Discord. They have since been fixed with help from me, who they then banned afterwards anyway. This video got a lot of views, that's kinda cool. I have a plan for something similar next New Year, but it won't exactly be build related, so it probably won't get nearly the same amount of views. This video is also the start to my 5 builds format, so that's something. The open beta video is one that I put a lot of work into, and I'm happy with how it turned out. Overkill wanted feedback, and they got it, at least from me in the form of a video. That said, they pushed the update anyway. It's not like they care what I think, and I don't think they really care what anyone else thinks either. Here's a strange video, a solo of Safe House Raid. Now if you watch this video, you might notice a strange discrepancy. Well, this video was actually Yokai's idea. He offered that we both record a solo and then just switch the uploads. I think this was a hilarious idea, and you can expect something silly for next April Fools as well. It probably won't be the same type of thing, but I'll keep it interesting. My second entrance to the speedrunning field was in the form of 2 of the most feared maps. At the time of upload, these blew the current records out of the water. Since then, the times have gone down, but there are still time saves available. I could get these lower with a good team if I ever have the time. I do have a world record recorded, just in case I ever need to upload it as emergency content, so look out for that if it ever drops. The tier list did surprisingly well for an idea I had on a whim. I had fun making them, because it was sort of empty content. It was less me making videos on the game, and more just messing around and writing in as many jokes into the script as I could manage. I might pick these up again in the future, but for now, I'm done with them. The 8th anniversary video was annoying to make. I really did sit there and record it at 4 in the morning, only to find out that the recording had bad audio, meaning I needed to redub the whole thing front to back. On top of that, the video ended up kinda meh. The teamwork video was another fun one to make, as it was basically just a big shitpost. It's also the only video I have that consisted mostly of stream content, rather than stuff I recorded in my own time. I definitely think having it done live was better. When I'm doing streams, I really like to mess around with the game. I don't focus too well when I talk, and the result is that I end up playing worse. However, that plays directly into the teamwork build, since the worse you play, the better you play. Combine that with the chat egging me on to kill everyone in the lobby, and the whole experience was great. I've certainly uploaded many more videos, but that's a fun couple to look back on. There's also the legend of the Akimbo Krinkov demonstration, but I've unlisted that, and you'll never get it back. It will only exist in the memories of the blessed few that got to see it. I often joked on stream about doing a karaoke night or something, and you know what? Fine, I'll give it to you. While I never claimed to be a singing prodigy, prepare to listen to the greatest cover of It's Payday ever recorded. This was the best I could do sitting in my basement at 1:30 a.m., listening to the song on my phone through headphones, and singing into my iPad so that I could upload it and then later re-download it on my PC. I also couldn't find a high-quality instrumental only, so if the quality is bad and I'm off, don't blame me. Enough of the excuses, let's get this show on the road.
They have been planning it forever, divided all the tasks, got the gear and all the weapons, and some wicked masks. They busted through the door and shut the place up, got people on the floor and set the drill up. Don't act surprised, you know the date, 'cause it's payday. Gotta get into the vault, payday. Fight back the police assault, payday. The SWATs are going for the kill. You know it's payday. Grab everything that you can, payday, and get it all to the van, payday. There's both the money and the thrill. Soon the cops had them surrounded. They had to shoulder through. The getaway was half a block down, behind a wall of blue. They came with full force, no one could stop them. The whole police force could never swat them. Seems all these cops forgot the date, 'cause it's payday. Gotta get into the vault, payday. Fight back the police assault, payday. Give Mr. Loose Lip extra tape. You know it's payday. Everything that you can, payday, and get it all to the van. Let's burn some rubber and escape. Payday. Fill up your bags, payday. Empty your mags, payday. We're on a streak, so it's payday. Every single day of the week, payday. Fill up your bags, payday. Empty your mags, payday. We're on a streak, so it's payday. Every single day of the week. They jumped into the ride and tore the street up, and though the cops tried, they never caught up. Seems they forgot to check the date, 'cause it's payday. Gotta get into the vault, payday. Fight back the police assault, payday. The SWATs are going for the kill. You know it's payday. Grab everything that you can, payday, and get it all to the van, payday. Somebody get the thermal drill.
Well, coming to iTunes in the near future. Seriously though, this song slaps and I can't do it justice, so go check it out. Those are all the interesting ideas that I got in my post. With that, I plan to continue bringing you all mediocre Payday 2 content as long as I can. Thanks to everyone who subscribes and watches the videos, and thanks to everyone who submitted ideas for this video. There was also that group that just spelled my name wrong a couple times instead of sending ideas, but thanks to you guys too, I guess. I'll see you all in the next video.